There's plenty of great stuff on offer from Frankia for the 2020 season, including 2 very popular rear lounge layouts now installed on upmarket chassis and with a much increased specification, a brand new 7mm low profile with a cutting edge interior, and in a departure for the firm, its very first high top van conversion. Other details include some clever storage ideas and upmarket kit in kitchens with detailed changes to washrooms to make them easier to use. Most modern motorhomes these days look really good inside and out, but what lurks beneath the skin? You're spending a lot of money on any van and you need to know that it's actually going to last and you're going to be comfortable. With Frankia there's various design and construction techniques used to ensure that you will be comfortable and the motorhome is strong and will last for a long number of years. The first starts with the external cladding, which is in GRP rather than alloy. This means it's resistant to scratches, tree branches, and if you're on the continent, hail stones. We have some terrible hailstorms on the continent as well. And the insulation is thicker. It's also made from styrofoam, which has a much higher U value than the often used and cheaper polystyrene. That's the white stuff. And then inside, where other vans will be skinned in thin plywood, Frankia uses sheet alloy and then an insulating decorative layer on top. When it comes to things like the overhead lockers, again, the strength message is built into all of these. So we have thicker end pieces, which increases the rigidity, and then if we open the door here, we can see there's a continuous alloy rail along here that the latch goes onto, and indeed the whole of the locker is framed in alloy. And this is also very, very important when it comes to the mount of the hinges. Rather than being screwed into wood, they're actually mounted on an alloy rail that runs along behind here, so you're not going to find the screws loosening and the lockers becoming floppy after a period of use. And overall, you'll find all of these items that are installed into the motorhome help to increase the structural integrity of the vehicle, as does the very deep storage double floor beneath my feet. SMC import all of their Frankias with a UK pack, and among other goodies you will get a 120 watt solar panel on the roof, you will get a microwave oven, you will get a full cooker with oven, 3 burner hob, and then outside there'll be a nice barbecue gas point and also an external shower, which is great for rinsing everything down when you come off the beach and you're covered in sand. So all in all, my advice is, if you're looking at motorhomes, have a very good look, take your time, but just bear in mind to look beyond the showroom bling, beyond the fancy stuff that looks nice, and make sure it both looks nice and is built strongly and effectively. This is the brand spanking new Neo. It's part of Frankia's M line range, that's M for Mercedes, low profile, 7m, built on the front wheel drive version of the Mercedes Sprinter, which allows the firm to use a lightweight Alco chassis on the rear. Comes as standard with an uprated Empower engine as well, a good level of kit, and the interior is again as a departure for Frankia, as it's very much a cutting edge modern design. Let's take a look inside and see what we can find. Inside, the brand new Neo offers a very neutral decor along with shades of white and grey, but some really wonderful indirect lighting above the half dinette Euro lounge, which comes complete with easy lift seat bases to give good access to storage, a rather compact 12 volt fridge, good ranges of drawers in the kitchen, 2 burner gas on glass hob and worktop covers for the sink. Moving round into the rear, we have good length and very comfortable twin single beds with some nice lighting details again, and if you look at the 2 LED reading lamps across the back, they have touch switches which are very nice to use, and also both have built-in USB charge ports. So moving around the other way, we come to the washroom, and this is definitely where some design innovation has been added. Frankia's designed to make a large shower area in a small space, so both the toilet and the wash basin slide out for use. Rigid screens in here to protect the woodwork on the door, and then above there's a very big two-door mirrored cabinets. Neo's technical details include the almost ever-present double floor that is a feature of the vast majority, in fact almost all Frankia motorhomes. So you've got winterized tanks and plenty of storage, high quality caravan door, and this model is actually fitted with Truma blown air heating, which also functions on mains electric when you're hooked up. If we go to the base here, we have a very large wardrobe under the foot of the bed, and it also has a lid that lifts on a gas strut, so you've got really easy access. And then on the other side we have a useful slide out unit, maybe for shoes, bottles and that kind of thing as well. And that's about it really. Very, very new, quite a brave design from Frankia. It'd be interesting to see how popular it is in the future. I'm sure that the new Mercedes is fantastic to drive, and now it's on its front wheel drive chassis, it's far more versatile from the point of view of building into a motorhome, as we have the much lower Alco chassis on the rear. Like its 8,400 sibling, the 7,900 plus Platin features a rear lounge, but in a far more conventional configuration. And the 7,900 configuration is more conventional, as it features this standard U-shaped lounge. Even so, there's plenty of room for dining and relaxing for a whole host of people. More conventional layout, also more conventional in details, such as the TV position, which is just on this wall over here. And then behind here you've got a deep shelf with storage beneath, and of course beneath that the garage style locker. The side kitchen also is far more conventional, smaller, still has drawer storage, still has the 2-burner gas on glass hob. Then as we move forwards, we've got the same configuration with the drop down A-class bed and the ensuite, divided ensuite either side of the aisle. So all in all, most of the features up front in this van are the same as its sister Platin. It's in the rear here where it changes. Still a very friendly layout, very convivial, and with a nice open feel to the interior and a great atmosphere. We've got 2 sunroofs above here, wind up sunroofs, so that allows the light to actually flood into this area, making the decor pop really, and especially this wonderful tan leather upholstery as well. Frankia's Platin is its top of the range offering. This one, the 8400 plus, is much the similar as previous models. That is, has a luxury specification. It's mounted on Mercedes Sprinter chassis. But what they've done for this year is taken a layout that's previously only been installed in a Fiat chassis and installed it in this upmarket package. The interior of the 8400 Plus is much the same as when it was installed in its Fiat sibling last year. The only difference, of course, is it's now on the upmarket Mercedes Sprinter chassis with a much increased specification to suit the fact that the Platin range is high-end. The star of the show in here is this wonderful semicircular lounge, which allows for up to 8 people to sit and a good number to actually dine as well. Beyond, there's the L-shaped kitchen, so the whole creates this kind of modern apartment, open plan apartment vibe, which is actually on trend at the moment. If you look at some of these even very expensive apartments, they have this type of layout with a kitchen and lounge diner layout, which allows the cook, of course, to chat with friends while they have drinks and they may be knocking up a dinner party. So the whole thing is very, very convivial. You've got the similar type of thing that you had last year with a slide out television on this side. There's the option of travel seats in here as well, and this makes up into a double bed. Further forward we have kitchen kit that's improved, including an extremely clever fridge which is hinged simultaneously on both sides, so you can open it to the right or to the left. And then further forward, the classic ensuite washroom to the drop down bed, A-class bed into the cab. That houses a very large shower on one side, the toilet and wash basin on the other, and encloses to form a full ensuite. The A-class bed as well is arranged so that you can sleep across or lengthways. Obviously across, one partner has to step over the other. If you're sleeping lengthways, you've got much better access. This is the i890 GBD3. It's built on the Alco chassis on Fiat's Ducato. Substantial van, lots of space inside, and it has a layout that's not new, but it's unusual in the UK, but it also has a lot to offer from a practicality point of view. So let's take a look. And here is the main feature of that unusual for the UK layout. It's known as the bar version. As you can see, that's because it resembles a bar top. It also features a captain's travel seat here with built-in seat belts as well. And although it might seem a little bit unusual, maybe you might not warm to it to start with, it's actually an extremely practical design. You've got a pull-out section here, so anyone sitting on the sofa this side can actually reach it and use it as a table. Acres of space, buffet, dinner party, drinks party, whatever you like, and loads of room to work and do any sorts of activities that you want to do, and it's always there. You don't have to set it up. It's not stuck in the middle of the aisle on a pedestal like a lot of tables, and it doesn't impede your movement through the vehicle. Flap here contains sockets, USB, charge points, mains as well, so that's convenient for any of the kit you might want to put on here. And then just to the rear of it, and from my point of view, sitting in this swivel cab seat, and any one of the 3 people that can sit on the sofa, there's a really great sized TV that drops down out of the locker. To the rear we have a conventional layout. We've got a galley kitchen, which is actually unusually spacious for a continental kitchen. There's plenty of worktop there. Tech tower, oven, fridge, freezer opposite, and then moving through we've got the Frankia design washroom facilities with a large separate shower on one side, toilet and basin on the other, all enclosable as a ensuite to the rear twin single beds. Of course then you've got the garage storage below that layout as well, so it provides all that storage that you need when you're doing your grand tour of Europe, hopefully for months and months and in the summer. So that's this model, unusual, but I urge you to take a look at it. It has lots to offer on both practicality and comfort levels. I could easily live with this layout. I think it's fantastic. This is the A790QD, substantial A-class, loads of storage, Fiat chassis, and a really great island bed based bedroom in the rear. Let's take a look. The 790QD offers a truly spacious interior and great touring for a couple with a lovely big island bed in the rear. But it's a lot more than that, because it can accommodate 4 people as well in practical fashion, thanks to a few key points. The other two berths are in this really large drop-down bed here, which is quite normal. We have a twin sofa lounge, but very cleverly, both sides, the seating here converts easily into two forward-facing travel seats. In the centre, sandwiched between the main living area and the rear bedroom, the washing facilities are enclosable both from the rear bedroom and from the front area. So whoever is using, whether it's the two people who are sleeping here or those in the rear, whoever is using the facilities, the shower, etc., they can do it in complete privacy and isolated from the rear and or the front. The kitchen's a good size. There's some decent levels of worktop as well. I think the UK version will have a full cooker, as is the norm with the UK pack on these vans. And then opposite we have the usual large fridge freezer. Storage is a feature as well. Frankia's double floor not only provides winterized plumbing, etc., it also provides a good amount of storage. And then in the rear we've got a really nice large garage, so again plenty of space to take away all the kit that you might want with no problem at all. Long-term touring, absolutely no problem. Superb rear lounges are very much a feature of the A-Class Frankias for 2019, but if you don't really want an A-Class, there's this, the A740 Plus, which provides you with a very similar layout on that fantastic lounge, but all in an overcab coach built with the Fiat steel cab on the front. So here in the 740, we've got a step up to that superb rear lounge, and it really is one of the best available, I think, in any van. Beneath, in this model, we actually don't get a full garage, but there's a very, very large storage locker under that rear sofa. As you can see, the length of this vehicle doesn't extend far enough back to provide a full height garage. Further forward, kitchen, hob, UK versions I think will have a full cooker, a really nice sink, large fridge freezer. There is actually an oven in this one above the fridge freezer. And then further forward, wardrobe, and the same setup as the A-Class models with the ensuite washroom just before you actually enter the cab. And you've got a straight walk through into the cab, so it's very easy to get in and out of there. Two doors, so you can separate the washroom entirely from both the main living area and the cab as well. The single beds above, very, very spacious, lengthways single beds. There's also a pull-out section, so you can convert the whole thing into a large double. And very cleverly, as in some of the others, Frankia have designed a pull-out set of steps. Just simply comes out like a sliding wardrobe would do, and the steps drop down and you can hop up in and out of bed really, really easily. All in all, a really great layout in an overcab coach built. Now this is something special because it's been specifically created for the UK market. The 640 SG has been a perennially popular van. This one's a bit longer, and the reason is they provided a full-size garage at the back. Not only that, but it's got a lift-up boot lid as well as a side door, and so access is really, really easy. Let's take a look inside and see what it's got to offer. The UK-friendly bits of the i680 start in the lounge, and instead of the normal L-shaped sofa on one side, and of course it's there because it provides two fully belted travel seats, we've actually got two opposing sofas. However, the travel seats have not been forgotten because that corner over there makes into a belted seat, and this seat here that I'm sitting on actually kind of slides out, folds, and also generates another forward-facing fully belted travel seat. If you're not too keen on that idea and you're happy to have the other two, you can actually opt for the normal L-shaped sofa on that side with the standard twin belted travel seat. As you can see, there's a fixed table here, which is the kind of thing you might expect to find and you will find in continental motorhomes very often. The other good news is that you can have a freestanding table here as an alternative. Obviously you can use it outside, which is great, less outdoor furniture to buy, but also it opens the whole area up into quite a nice 4, 5, maybe 6 seater lounge as well. To the rear on this side, the kitchen has also been made UK friendly because we know with our weather we often need to cook indoors. There's a full cooker with 3 gas burners and the mains hot plate that's popular in the UK because ordinarily we always have to pay for hookup whether we want it or not on a lot of the campsites in our neck of the woods, and that's got a separate grill and oven. There's a large fridge freezer opposite, and plenty of drawer storage and a bit more worktop again that you might expect to find in the average Continental. To the rear, the washroom places a separate shower cubicle on this side of the vehicle. On the other side, the door to the toilet and washroom serves 2 purposes. Part of the door opens up and you can just use it as normal, and then the whole panel that the door is mounted on swings across to provide a spacious dressing, showering and toileting area, thanks to the fact that there's big storage cupboard on one side and a clever slide out wardrobe on the other. There's also a big surface there, so you've got plenty of space to put your clothes down and all those kinds of things, and of course that surface is directly above the full-size garage that I mentioned previously. Back up the front here, our drop-down A-class bed is electrically operated, drops down at the press of a button, so no grunting and heaving to actually deploy it and put it away in the morning. But it also has another great feature, and that is once it's down, it extends out. 2 cushions drop in, and now you can actually sleep lengthways rather than across, which does wonders for access. You can get in and out of bed without disturbing your partner when you need to.